Blue Swan 333 for another day, another time, just for you, just for us. A little space, a little momentary lapse of time for you, for us, our dear fellow twin flames, our earth angels, and our daily loving cherubs that accompany us all the time. Here it goes, a little clearing for you, for us, and for everyone. A momentary lapse of time with a clear auric space. This is our royal crystal for you that don't know. We clear a space with him. Hi. So today we're going to talk about enlightenment and awakening. What's the difference? What is awakening? What is awakening? Really? That's a big one. It all depends where you're located at, what's your background, and it's actually personal. Nobody can say this is an awakening, no, unless you follow yogi or unless Sanskrit, Taoism, Buddhism. In our case, we didn't follow any of it, and we were awakened by the will of God. So, in this channel, as you know, we follow not a religion, but the living Christ consciousness. So we start off by saying, Christ, please cleanse us with your holy blood and intercede for us to the Father with the wisdom of the Holy Spirit. Love. Today we're going to talk about our awakening. What is awakening for me? It doesn't necessarily mean the same thing that it means for you. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it should be regardless of your background. An awakening is something that shakes you from your core up. That your understanding is completely off. And you awaken to the reality of who you are. It's a temporary thing, but it's shocking. And from there, you head on to enlightenment, which is a permanent state of what happened to you during the awakening. So, what happened to me? Oh my Lord. After I had the great house, after I had the big, huge business, after I was banking, making the money, following the matrix to the T and to the core, successful in every aspect that I could, I came to the realization one day, talking to a friend of mine, yeah, it happened to me just like that I hadn't seen in years. I was telling her, oh yeah, look at my house and my business. And she's like, oh, congratulations, Eva, that's amazing, that's beautiful, that's wonderful, that's awesome. Yeah, and your kids are beautiful and you look so good. The whole shebang. All of a sudden, I broke down. I started to cry. Just like that. After she was congratulating me for the whole accomplishment in every single aspect that you could imagine in your home with your children. I realized in that moment, none of that mattered. I told her, yeah, I was smiling, yeah, wow, how awesome, right? Yeah. You know what? None of that makes me happy. I did it. I made it. I got it. But none of it is me. I couldn't believe what happened. I couldn't believe that I was saying that. I couldn't believe that I broke down like that. I couldn't believe. that I had those feelings. I couldn't believe the contradiction within myself and the true feelings of myself. I cried and I cried and I cried. Because I ended up saying, and you know what is the worst part of it all? That I would trade all of it, to find out what true happiness truly means. That's the moment of my awakening. I woke up to my reality, which was that I wasn't real, that it didn't matter, that I didn't know me, that I perfected a me that I thought that I knew that I wasn't. I awakened to the fact that I had played the game to perfection, to the standards of my parents, my grandparents, the expectations of society. But in reality, none of that truly mattered to me. That was the moment that I awakened to my reality. My reality was that I was not truly really me, and that I didn't know who I truly was. Wow, what a wake-up call. What a shock. And these words were coming out of me towards my friend without me even thinking about it, without me even knowing. In that moment, I awoke to something, that there was something in me that knew something that I didn't know, and that in that moment was coming through me verbally to awaken me from the matrix illusion, which was truly a nightmare that I didn't even know that I was living, when I thought I was having and doing the best for me. I was married to a person that I didn't even know or cared to know. I was raising my children like society would expect of me to do. I was working in an industry that I was good at, but I didn't even like. I had bought a beautiful home, which I didn't even care for. Nothing of that was me. So I woke to a reality that I was living a life full of empty masks of me that I played extremely well, because I could. Because I thought that I had to do that. Because that's the only thing that I knew how to do. Because I was actually good at it. But I woke to the reality that I didn't even know who I was. And that none of that had to do with me. Even though it was me doing it, who was that me? That was harsh. That was very harsh. Took a toll on me. From that point on, it took 10 years. 10 years for me to be fully enlightened. 10 years. So, to me, that is awakening. Now from there to enlightenment, oh my. There's a lot of loaves of bread to rebanar, like we say in Spanish. It was tough. And every time I thought I was there, I wasn't. Every time I thought I've done it, I haven't. Every time, and I didn't have an instructor. I'm talking about this was in 2004. Started to happen in 2003. There was no internet on these subjects. There was no YouTube channels on this. I did this on my own, guys. With one, the Holy Spirit. With another, Jesus. Yep. That's why I know what I can tell you is like nothing that you find out there. I didn't have a I am twin flame or a twin flame union or a Google this there. No, I didn't have anything of that. I didn't have a way to vent out. I didn't even know what a twin flame was. I didn't even know that this awakening had anything to do with a twin flame. I didn't even know what any of this was. I just knew one thing. It hurt. It hurt very strong. Because I wasn't even an I. I was the I that I had made my I am to be. Which was, according to society, close to perfect. But had nothing to do with the me that I would ever be to become the we that I am today with my twin. So what an awakening. Yeah. So to me, what is an awakening? It's painful. It's like a tsunami. It's like waking up thinking that you're in a beautiful dream and you're actually awakened to realize that it's a nightmare. And the main player is actually a mask within a mask of a mask of masks coming out of masks, and then realizing that everyone was in the same boat. So talk about my awakening. That's a tough one. So I leave you with that thought, and next week we'll continue with the rest of the awakening, and we'll just go through, see what you think. In the meantime, I leave you with love and with my thoughts on what to me was my awakening. What's happening with yours? Share with me. What about yours? Shoot me an email. Let's talk. I'd like that. I'd love that. blueswan333@gmail.com. From my home to your heart with love.